Very well, you may call the witness.
Can we call Mr. Graham? Please have a seat. Mr. Graham, do you have the exhibits before you?
Pardon?
The exhibits.
No, they've collected.
Just a second. The exhibits have been brought. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Graham, we were looking at the third page on BPI's offer.
Yes, please.
For the first 5 years, they offered $10,000 a month. And for the second 5 years, they offered $12,000 a month. And for the last 5 years, if they exercised their options to renew, they offered $15,000. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Mr. Graham, your former corporation replied to the proposal that was made by BPI. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, please.
Take a look at this document.
Involve reference to Yes, please.
Mr. Graham, with Sun Beach, did your corporation consider inviting other potential investors?
Other investors?
Did your former corporation consider inviting members of the public or other potential investors to lease the hotel?
Not after we receive the executive directive.
Thank you. Did your corporation advise or attempt to advise ex-President Jammeh or the OP to consider inviting potential investors?
No, we didn't do that.
Mr. Graham, it's also correct that another offer was made to lease Sun Beach Hotel by one Mr. Rob Bearings. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Sorry?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Take a look at this letter. It's a letter written by Ami Bensouda on behalf of her
Okay.
client, Rob Bearings. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
Yeah. Thank you. Yes, yeah, I should think so.
Was this offer considered?
Pardon?
Was this offer considered? The one made by Rob Bearings?
What I can remember about this offer, we received something from Ami Bensouda, the lawyer, and she promised to get back to us within a specific time, and she failed to do that until after everything was concluded
With BPI?
with BPI, and then we wrote to her that we have not heard from you, despite your promises that you'll come within certain time. You did not come, you failed to come, and we have given the offer to somebody else.
Now, did your team, your management team, the one that negotiated Ocean Bay, were they asked to negotiate with BPI
Will they?
as the team, the management team that negotiated with BPI
Yeah.
for the leasing of Ocean Bay?
Yeah.
Were they asked to negotiate with BPI for the leasing of Sun Beach?
Yes. Yes, they did.
And after the negotiations, an agreement was signed between your former corporation and
We sent it back to OP for approval.
you sent it back
Yeah, to send to OP for approval.
to approve what?
The negotiated prices.
And OP replied,
Yes.
giving you an executive directive to go ahead. Is that not correct?
Yes, yes.
Just bear with me a second. We're just trying
Pardon?
to.
Okay.
Mr. Graham,
Yes, please.
take a look at this letter dated the 5th of March,
May.
of May 2016. Is that
Yes.
the letter from OP giving executive directive or conveying executive directive to lease Sun Beach Hotel to BP Investment Group?
Yeah. Not the directive, but approval.
Yes. But, yes.
The directive
But-
was given
Yes,
a
but
long time
also,
ago.
what I meant was looking at the second paragraph. I am pleased to convey executive approval. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Executive approval, not directive. You're right. And it's also correct that there was a board resolution
Yes, please.
of the 27th April 2016.
Yes, please.
And it was after this board resolution that approval was sought from
Yes,
OP.
please. Yes, please.
Take a look at the board approval.
Ah, okay. Yes, please.
And after the approval, executive approval from OP,
Yeah.
and a lease agreement was executed between your former corporation
Yes, please.
and BP Investment Group for Sun Beach. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Mr. Graham, take a look at the lease agreement.
Yes, please.
Mr. Chairman, the lease agreement was tendered and before this commission, before my time, and it was marked MS-181B. But the copy we have is the complete one. The copy that was tendered before is not complete. It does not have the attachments. So if I may apply to replace this copy with the one that was tendered before. No, do be. Mr. Graham.
Order. Deed dated 9th August 2016 between SSHFC and BPI plus 3 annexures are hereby ordered to be substituted for the deed constituting Exhibit MS-181B and for the substitute to be marked MS-181B.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Graham, looking at MS-181B, that's the lease agreement for Sun Beach.
Yeah.
Do you have it before you?
No, it's not.
Madam Secretary, can he be given MS-181B?
The new one. Kill the old one.
I trust our people here will not have any difficulty.
Looking at MS-181B, especially page 2, clause 8, terms of the rental.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yes, please.
It is correct that it's more or less the same as what was proposed by BPI.
Yeah.
That is the $10,000 for the first 5 years, $12,000 for the second 5 years, and $15,000 for the last 5 years. Is that correct?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, it was also agreed that BP would renovate and remodel the hotel, that is Sun Beach, to the tune of $2 million or nothing less than $2 million.
Yes, please.
Did BPI carry on with the renovations and remodeling of Sun Beach?
Yes, they carried out a renovation. They were on a renovation.
Yes. Now, did your corporation, as it did with Sun Beach, commission a report to determine whether BPI actually spent nothing less than $2 million on the renovation and remodeling of Sun Beach?
Well, the renovation should take place in phases, and it should end on May 2017. Before that time, I was out of the office, so it was before the deadline.
But,
I left the
okay,
office.
before,
So I'm not sure whether they have carried it out.
Okay, when you were there, were they consulting with your corporation?
The committee, they were consulting with the committee. I mean, it's there for you to see. Yes. Sun Beach was finished. It was non-existent.
Were they sending invoices, receipts, and...
I'm not quite sure about that, but because the deadline was May 2017 that they should complete the last phase.
During your time, they had commenced the works,
they've gone. Yes.
And were they sending receipts, invoices to prove?
I'm not quite sure. I can't remember about that. But the committee was monitoring their progress.
Which committee? Is it the building?
The same committee for Ocean Bay.
Okay. Now, it is also correct that your corporation had problems with BPI as far as or pertaining to the payment of their rentals, quarterly rentals on time, just like Sun Beach. Sorry, just like Ocean Bay. It's also correct that BPI were not paying the utilities bill, their utilities bill as and when it was due to NAWEC. You had problems with them, your corporation.
Sometimes we did. Sometimes we had some problems with them. But the money was belonged, as I said earlier on, the money should be paid to Social Security. And because there was a special arrangement I made with NAWEC because of their loans.
Yes. They were accumulating, they accumulated arrears.
I don't think they were accumulated as such because NAWEC, what we normally do, if they fail to pay a month, NAWEC will cut them off. So they will have maybe a few days or 1 week, and then they negotiate with NAWEC, and then they will be
Actually, maybe it was not, it was when you left. Your corporation had problems with BPI as far as NAWEC liabilities are concerned.
NAWEC liabilities? Yes, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes the delay in payment But when they are cut off, they will come back and pay. But usually if they fail to pay, because their bills a month is almost $1 million. So when they fail to pay, NAWEC will cut off, and then they will come and pay, and then NAWEC will connect again.
And same applied to their rentals.
Ocean Bay.
They were not paying on time.
I can't remember that because it was shortly after. It was 2017, early 2017, I was let go.
Mr. Graham, did you make a statement to the investigators of this commission dated the 26th March 2018?
Maybe, if I see it, I'll...
Yes.
Yes, please, yes.
Do you think your corporation negotiated the best possible deals for Sun Beach and Ocean Bay?
At the time, the best possible, yes.
May I have the documents before you?
181.
Yes, all those ones. Mr. Chairman, I wish to tender some documents as a bundle. Letter dated the 19th April 2016 for lease proposal for Sun Beach Hotel property. A board resolution dated the 27th April 2016. A letter from Ami Bensouda written on behalf of Rob Bearings dated the 20th April 2016. Executive approval from OP dated the 5th May 2016. Statement of Edward Graham dated the 26th March 2018. In evidence.
Honorable Counsel, do you need a reply to Ami Bensouda's letter from Social Security?
Let me take a look.
Yeah.
May I also apply to tender Mr. Chairman, may I also apply to tender the letter dated the 10th to be included in the bundle?